A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. And it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, In His Father's House, was written by Mark Siegel.
At the heart of the American dream, there is a myth. It is the myth of the poor boy whose perseverance propels him forward on the spectacular road from rags to riches. At the heart of the Jewish dream, there is the belief that learning is wealth, that learning is the greatest treasure a man may own. This is the story of a man who combined these dreams in a life of unique service. His name was Maxwell Abel, and his goodness of heart became a legend in his own lifetime. It is a year since Maxwell Abel left us, but the facets of the legend which he lived remain bright, sparkling in the lives of countless Jewish scholars, of widows, orphans, teachers, of all his countrymen affected, lifted by his deeds. And the seeds of the legend that Maxwell Abel lived were planted in his father's house. The story begins in Chelsea, a neighborhood of Boston, bounded on all sides in the years that Maxwell Abel was growing up by poverty. On a cold winter afternoon in 1914, Moshe Eliyahu Abel returned from the synagogue where he had attended services and wearily opened the door of the three-room apartment in which he, his wife Frida, and their 4 children lived.
Frida? You here, Frida?
Ma went across the street, Pa, to Mrs. Levy's. She's sick.
She's been there long?
Since after school, Pa. Since I came home.
You've been here since 3 o'clock, Max. You didn't go to the Talmud Torah.
Look, Pa, Mama told me to stay here and take care of Jean and Joey.
That's twice this week you didn't go to the Talmud Torah.
Mrs. Levy's a very sick woman, Pa.
I know. If you don't go to the Hebrew school, you're going to be a very ignorant man.
Pa, I'm telling you, Mama said...
I know. But you think I want Mama to help Mrs. Levy? To help a sick person is a duty. But to study is also a duty. What are you holding behind your back?
It's a book. Horatio Alger. And the man who wrote it, he grew up right here in Chelsea.
Max, just because a man grows up in Chelsea doesn't make him a wise man. What's so wonderful in these books you have to be reading them every minute?
They're about boys who are poor, who don't have anything to eat practically.
You have to read about such boys?
They work hard and they get good jobs. Then something happens and they get rich. So rich, Pa, they don't have to go looking for wood for the stove. And they can buy new clothes. And they can...
All right. That's enough.
I'm sorry, Pa. You asked me.
Max, come here. Listen to me.
Okay, Pa.
To be rich, to be poor, that's not the important thing.
It's not?
No, it's not. A man can live a life of goodness in wealth. A man can live a life of goodness in poverty. The important thing, Max, is that he should have a heart of goodness. You understand?
I think so, Pa.
So maybe now until Mama comes home, you should go out and find some wood. It's cold in the kitchen. We could use a little wood in the stove.
Can a man ever know when he has really conveyed a lesson to his son? All that Moshe Eliyahu Abel, a preacher and a student, an impractical and pious man, knew was that when he opened the door to the tiny cold-water flat in which his family lived, two worlds came face to face. And he also knew that if he could not bequeath wealth to his son, he could bequeath to him a love of goodness and of learning, an understanding heart.
Moishela?
Yes, Frida?
Moishela, I've been thinking. We should buy Max a suit. A real suit. With a jacket and a vest.
With a jacket and a vest?
A new suit, Moishela.
A new suit? Chelsea's full of perfectly good old clothes. Why does he have to have a new suit?
He's never had a new suit, Moishela.
Well, if he's never had a new suit, why does he have to have now? After all, Frida, what is a new suit? A vanity, an unnecessary adornment.
Oh, his bar mitzvah, Moishela.
Oh, for his bar mitzvah. Well, why didn't you say so? Of course he should have a new suit for his bar mitzvah. There's only one little question, Frida.
Isn't there always that little question?
You'll have to ask it, Frida. Where will he get the money for a new suit for Max?
The money? I'll ask Max. He'll figure out where we get the money.
Maxwell Abel wore the first new suit he ever owned for his bar mitzvah. A suit bought from nickels and dimes saved from his older sister's meager wages in a Boston shoe factory. From rent paid by boarders who lived in one of the 3 rooms of the Abels' flat, but mostly from pennies earned by his own work as an errand and delivery boy. At 12, he was the man of affairs of the family, who could be counted on to fight the day-by-day battle for food, for clothing, for wood to keep the family warm. It was the discharge of these responsibilities that almost prevented Maxwell Abel from ever wearing his new suit at all.
Mrs. Abel! Mrs. Abel!
Who's there? What is it?
It's Patrolman O'Reilly, Mrs. Abel. Now, would you have the kindness to open the door?
Max, what happened?
Nothing, Ma. I'm all right, honest.
What is it? What happened?
By the grace of God, your boy's right, Mrs. Abel. Nothing happened. They've had a look at him at the hospital.
The hospital?
Sit down, Ma. I'm telling you, I'm all right.
Please, Mr. Policeman, what happened?
Well, he was picking scraps of wood from that new house they're building down the street, and he fell. But there's no bones broken, praise the Lord. The hospital says to put him to bed for a day or so, and he'll be good as new.
He's not hurt. You're sure?
Sure, and I'm sure, Mrs. Abel. And it's a miracle at that. It was from the 3rd floor he fell, Mrs. Abel.
Now, Max, you promised me.
I'll promise I won't climb up buildings, Ma, but someone's got to get the wood. Ma, couldn't Pa get a job like Mr. Levy? Couldn't he do something besides reading all day and giving Hebrew lessons?
Max, as long as I live, I never want to hear you say anything like that again.
I'm sorry, Ma, only...
Your father is a wonderful man. He may not make a living, but he's a good, kind, wonderful man, a saintly man. And when you're older, you'll realize how lucky you are to have such a father.
I will, Ma?
Yes, you will. You'll understand that everything he does for you.
For me, Ma?
For you, Max. And for all the children. Everything he does. Papa wants to influence you most by being himself. He studies because he wants you to study. He teaches others the meaning of Torah because he wants you to love Torah.
There were other fires that burned in the Abel household besides the fire that burned in the kitchen stove. The fire of faith cast a gentle and holy light on the Sabbath evening table. And the fire of learning could never be extinguished in the home of Moshe Eliyahu Abel.
Max, I have a present for you.
A present, Pa? My birthday isn't until next month.
This is a present that'll last for many birthdays. Here, open it up.
It's a book. No, 2, 3. Gosh, Pa, 3 books.
3 wonderful books, Max. The Life of Maimonides, a book of Jewish legends, and a book of commentaries on the Bible.
Gosh, Pa, thanks. Pa, how'd you buy them?
Oh, it matters.
I mean, I noticed you came home without your overcoat this afternoon. You didn't...
Please, Max, don't mention about the overcoat. Maybe Mama wouldn't understand.
But, Pa, your overcoat...
Listen, Max, an overcoat wears out, yes? 3 books like this last a long time, as long as you'll live. Also, the man who sold me the books is a very poor man. He can certainly use an overcoat.
In February of 1915, Maxwell Abel celebrated his bar mitzvah and declared in 2 speeches, one in English, one in Yiddish, that he had reached the state of manhood. A few days later, he asserted the power of his newly won status.
Ma, Pa, I got it!
Quiet, Max. Your father's studying.
It's all right, Frida. You got what, Max?
The license, Pa, the working papers. I can sell newspapers now. You have to be 13, Pa, and I got it.
To get a license to sell newspapers, you have to be bar mitzvah.
Well, not exactly,
That's
Pa.
wonderful, Max. You should use your license in good health.
Thanks, Ma.
And when will you sell these newspapers, Max?
Early in the morning, Pa, and on Sundays. It means I don't have to work in the factory, Pa. I can go on studying.
You can go on studying. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll call the rabbi right away.
The rabbi?
So you can start to study Talmud.
Moshele, he doesn't want to study only Talmud.
Well, he just said he wants to go on
I
studying.
do, Pa, but I don't want to become a rabbi.
So you won't become a rabbi. You can still study Talmud.
But, Pa, I want to go to regular high school. And
then what?
Then I want to go to Harvard. Oh, I know it sounds crazy, Pa, but I can do it. Miss Prescott says I can do it.
Frida, well, what is he talking about?
He's talking about what Miss Prescott says, his teacher.
Miss Prescott, Pa, she's descended from General Prescott, the one who commanded the troops at Bunker Hill.
Oh, and she thinks you should go to high school, or regular high school. She's an authority.
And then to Harvard, Pa.
Max, I'm also descended from someone.
I don't understand, Pa.
I'm descended from Moses, who stood on a much bigger hill than Bunker Hill, on Mount Sinai, and received the Torah from the Almighty. Maybe that makes me an authority, too. Well, you'll do what you want to do. To study anything is better than not to study anything at all. I won't stop you. But
what, Pa?
You couldn't consider me as good an authority as Miss Prescott. Think it over. Maybe you'll still go to the yeshiva.
But I've thought it over, Pa.
All right. It's a funny place, this America.
What do you mean, Pa?
A funny place. In America, only in America, General Prescott knows more than Moses.
It's a funny place, America. A funny place in which a child of immigrant parents, fired by ambition, spurred on by the dream, can work 10 hours a day delivering newspapers, supporting himself and his family. A funny place, America, in which a newsboy can bank $1,000 by the time he graduates from high school, win a scholarship, and sit in the ivy-covered lecture halls of Harvard University next to the sons of the wealthy and long-secure. In which a Harvard student works as a waiter, a tutor, a football usher, to acquire an education which his father, an impractical man, but a man of wisdom, can see only as incomplete. It's a very funny place, America.
Pa, you still wish I studied to be a rabbi, don't you?
Well, if you're asking, yes.
Pa, I just wasn't cut out to be a rabbi.
I'm not saying you were.
Well, then what are you saying? It's as if you didn't want me to be a success. It's as if working in a bank or a business is a disgrace.
Oh, no. No one said it was a disgrace, Max. Far from it. But maybe you don't know what success in life really is.
Pa, I don't want to be mean, but...
I know. But I'm not someone you think is qualified to know what is success. All right? Maybe it seems so. But maybe success isn't being famous or making money. Maybe success is who's first in the service of God. Who's first in helping others.
Pa, you make it sound as if all I want to do is make money. I don't want to make money. I want to make good.
I hope you do, Max. I think you will. But to make good, really to make good, I mean to create good. It's not money in the bank it takes. Just a little wisdom in the spirit, in the soul. That's what it takes. I'm not so sure you'll find this wisdom in those books on economics. You know, sometimes I think those books you're studying were written by that
who, Pa?
Well, that man who lived here in Chelsea. That Horatio Alger.
In the winter of 1921, while Maxwell Abel continued to work his way through Harvard, the Abel family moved to Chicago, joining Maxwell's older married sister, Rose. And it was in Chicago, after he had graduated from Harvard magna cum laude, having been admitted to Phi Beta Kappa and completing the 4-year course in 3 years, that he met and promptly fell in love with Fanny Edelman. In the spring of that year of 1923, they walked hand in hand along the shores of Lake Michigan, drinking in the world around them through young eyes, getting to know each other.
Max, look at that beautiful sailboat.
That's a pretty one, all right. When I was a kid, I used to watch them in the Charles River. I used to say to myself, sometime I'm going to have a boat like that.
Oh, Max, every time you talk about Boston, you tell me about something else you promised yourself you were going to have.
Well, I guess that's because there were a lot of things I didn't have.
And now, Max?
You want an honest answer, Fan?
Of course.
Well, to be honest, when that sailboat went by just now, what I said to myself was, who needs a sailboat? Who needs anything when he has love in his heart?
Sometimes it seemed to Fanny Edelman that, in certain ways, she was older than the intense young man whom she had come to love. And from the beginning, she was what she would be throughout Maxwell Abel's life. The sensitive sounding board on which he would try the emerging insights of his own experience.
About that sailboat, Fan. I want to talk to you about that sailboat.
In so serious a tone, Max.
Well, it's not just about the sailboat.
Then what is it about, darling?
What people want and how they go about getting it. Once I wanted a sailboat, now I don't want a sailboat. It's a very important fact.
It is.
I think it is. Suppose a man spent his whole life trying to own a sailboat and then found out that wasn't what he wanted at all.
Oh, you mean a sailboat named Success, Max?
Yes. I think that's just what I mean, Fan.
Well, wouldn't it depend on how the man used the sailboat once he had it? Wouldn't that really be the important thing?
In the late spring of that year of 1923, Maxwell Abel announced to his parents that he planned to be married. His father listened quietly, and and after the congratulations had been offered and the wishes for good luck expressed, Moshe Eliyahu Abel took his son aside.
A long time I haven't talked to you, Max.
I know, Pa. It's been a busy time.
So let me say something now. Something I have learned.
Sure, Pa.
No, sometimes the son, it seems to his father, he's running away. The father has one way, and the son has another way. You understand?
Of course, Pa.
So now, you're going ready to leave, to make your own house. I want to thank you for Mama and me. You've been a good boy.
Please, Papa.
No. Let me finish. And what I have learned, maybe someday you will learn it too. That is, sometimes when a son runs away from his father, if he runs far enough, he comes to the same place. Maybe he has a different way of doing what he believes, but finally he believes what his father believes. So, run away, Max. Run. It's all right. And may your life be a blessing.
Fanny Edelman and Max were married on August 21st, 1923. It was a simple wedding. When it was over, Maxwell Abel, his total capital of $100 in his pocket, boarded a coach train to sit up all night with his new wife on the way to the Wisconsin Dells. He was 21 years old, and his life, as it would many times again, was just beginning.
Max.
Yes, darling?
Oh, it's so right to be on a train right after you're married. It's...
The beginning of a journey? Yes, darling. I hope a long and beautiful journey.
Max. You look as if you're a million miles away.
No. I've just been thinking, darling.
About what, Max?
Something Pa said when I told him we were going to get married. He was trying to tell me that values are like a circle. That really I was very much like him.
You are, darling. Much more than you know.
I've been thinking about it, though. And I realized something very strange. All of my life, until I met you, I think, Fan. All of my life, I've concentrated on what I didn't have as a child.
I know, Max.
And now suddenly, now that I'm beginning to think that someday we'll have children, you and I, now suddenly I find myself thinking of how much I've had. How rich Pa and Ma were that they could give so much away.
You'll do the same, Max. You'll see.
I hope so, Fan. Maybe not in the same way, but I hope so. Fan, could it be that their lives are so rich because they gave so much to others?
This was Maxwell Abel. He would go on to achieve material success beyond his wildest dreams. But he would go on also to the use of that success, to create a unique fusion of the American dream of achievement and the Jewish dream of learning. He would serve as president of the United Synagogue of America and as chairman of President Eisenhower's Committee on Government Employment Policy. He would help redeem the land of Israel through his service in the Jewish National Fund and would help build Torah in America as a director of the Jewish Theological Seminary. The list continues for pages, but more than all this was his achievement as a man, for he joined the great traditions of two heritages in his striving for a heart of goodness.
I have found happiness only in making others happy. I have found wisdom only in helping others to gain wisdom. I should despair unless I believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.
Each day of his life, Maxwell Abel witnessed the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. For his goodness of heart was a legend in his own lifetime. It is a legend of fire with life, as the man who lived it was afire with life. By precept and example, he lights the way for others, even as by precept and example, the seeds of his greatness were planted in his Father's house.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. And now we take great pleasure in presenting Mr. Maxwell Rabb, who has just completed serving as Secretary to President Eisenhower's Cabinet, the first man in American history to hold this post. Mr. Rabb.
Last year, Maxwell Abel, one of the great exemplars of American democracy and a moving spirit among his own people, passed to his eternal reward. It was a day of great sadness, and this loss has remained with us as we today observe the first anniversary of his death. The portrayal we have just heard about the early life of Maxwell Abel describes the seed of the man to come, and the maturing of his life thereafter revealed a man possessed of an inner strength, a fierce anger towards injustice in any form, a consuming appreciation of his responsibilities, and a forthright and driving dedication to achieve good. Yet withal, he had a gentleness and warmth, a humility and kindness, and an abiding, deep-seated love of his wife and family. For in him, in his practical, everyday acts, was a blending of the American and the Jewish traditions. It is no wonder that a man of his background and human intensity rose in a brief time to the stature of chairman of the President's Committee on Government Employment Policy, so that, in appraising his work, the President of the United States recorded for posterity, on behalf of the whole country, these words which were read at Maxwell Abel's funeral, and I quote, "In addition to Mr. Abel's outstanding business and philanthropic achievements, he was above all a fine American citizen. Personally, I have been particularly appreciative of his work as chairman of the President's Committee on Government Employment Policy. He will be greatly missed." But the true fulfillment of the American political and social compact came in the religious and spiritual life which Maxwell Abel led and taught to his family and friends. Legion were his good works, and the basic symbol of his hopes and his work was the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. As we spend these moments in tribute to Maxwell Abel, thinking of the profound impact he has on our own lives, I think we should remember his own words. And he said, "There should arise a generation of Jews in America who feel at home in the writings of the prophets and in the ethics of the fathers, and whose conversation, public statements, and public acts will be buttressed and enriched by the wisdom and inspiration of the 5 books of Moses." Yes, Maxwell Abel left us a legacy of understanding, a legacy which he himself inherited from his Jewish tradition and from the America he loved. This we remember. With this inspiration, we live.
Thank you, Mr. Rabb. Our Eternal Light drama today, In His Father's House, was written by Mark Siegel and edited by Dr. Moshe Davis. Cantor Robert Siegel sang the liturgical introduction. Featured in the cast were Ludwig Donath, Leon Janney, Ronnie Gates, Frida Altman, Joseph Boland, Fran Spanier. The narrator was Norman Rose. This is Mel Brandt. Our program was directed by George Voutsas. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. And it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, Summer of Decision, is written by Virginia Mazer and is presented as a tribute to the work of the New York Herald Tribune Fresh Air Fund.
He who sustains a single life, it is as though he sustained the whole world. Listen. These are your footsteps. You're coming home. The elevator door closes softly behind you. You put your key in the lock. You open your door. You're home. Safe. No. Wait. The window. It's open. Listen. Close it. Close it quick. Turn on the air conditioner. There. That's better. Now you can relax. The cushions of your easy chair are soft. The air conditioner gives a reassuring hum. You settle back for the 6 o'clock news.
Today, 6 teenage gang leaders, allegedly involved in the knifing of a teacher at Public School 213, were rounded up by the police. In another part of the city, a block-by-block search continued for the 2 hoodlums who early last evening beat unconscious and robbed James Mulroney, 75, as he was returning from a corner drugstore with a pint of ice cream for his bedridden wife. He was so badly beaten...
Yes, the world is full of trouble. But it's far away. If the news offends you, turn down the TV.
Meanwhile, at City Hall, top educators, social workers, and youth board officials are meeting to discuss the pressing problem of juvenile delinquency. The statistics...
And it's a problem, all right. Juvenile delinquency. But the experts will take care of it. You'll look after your own. They're tucked into bed now, well scrubbed, well fed, well loved.
According to one expert, superintendent of schools Dixon, the basic problem is how did the children get that way? Society, he says, must assume the blame.
Society. That's a comforting abstraction. Society means all the others, not you. You're a liberal man, a righteous man. You've fulfilled your responsibility. But wait. What are the limits of responsibility? Who has defined the boundaries of love? You go to the window again. You hesitate. If you open it, it won't be pleasant, you know. The police cars turn the corner now. The siren is fading, but the deed is done. The window is open. Listen. Somewhere out there, somewhere in that brownstone wilderness that lies about you, a woman is weeping. It is the sound of despair itself, despair that acknowledges no comfort.
Mom, quit crying. Please quit it. I'm going to stop up my ear. Is it Vincent, Mom? What did he do?
What do you say, Vince? What do you know about your brother?
I know nothing.
You saw him, maybe? You saw him before you came upstairs?
No. I ain't seen him since this morning. I'll go and look for him if you want me to.
No, you stay here. You stay away from that street. One son is enough to drive me crazy.
Mom, what's the matter with you? What are you carrying on about Vincent for?
I can't talk to you, Nicky. Times like this, a woman needs a husband.
I'm sorry, Mama.
Son needs a father.
I don't even remember what he looked like.
You were 5 years old when he left us.
I hate him.
Don't say that. It's a sin.
Okay, I won't then. Mom, don't cry anymore. Vince is okay. Every night he goes out like this, and you don't worry.
Tonight's different.
Different how?
You're too little. I don't want to talk to you about it.
Well, you have to talk to somebody.
I begged him over and over. Don't join any of these gangs. They're bad. They'll make you do bad things.
Well, what makes you think Vince belongs to one of these gangs?
I got eyes to see with. He's different from the way he used to be. He walks different. He talks different. This morning after you went off to school, I looked under his mattress and I found it.
You mean his old switchblade knife?
What do you know about switchblade knives?
He had to join him, Mom. He had to join him or else get hurt. Cooley hasn't got a chance around here.
Nicky, not you. Not you, too.
They don't want me. I'm too little.
You swear it?
On a stack of Bibles. Did Vince know you found his gun?
Took it, and I hid it. And I stay home all day to wait for him. I don't leave the house even to go to my job. At 5 o'clock, he comes tearing up the stairs. I'm sitting by the window, but he don't even notice me. He goes in the bedroom, and I hear him rummaging around. I took your gun, Vincent, I called to him. And you aren't going to get it back anymore. He came over to where I'm sitting. Give it to me. Give me back my gun, he says to me, quiet like. I got to have it. And he don't look like Vincent. And he don't talk like Vincent.
Did you give it to him? Did you, Mom?
What else was it going to do? I was afraid of my own son.
Somewhere out there, somewhere in that brownstone wilderness that lies around you, a woman is weeping. You can shut your window, shut out the sound, or you can leave it open to the trouble that's around you.
Don't cry anymore, Mom. Go to bed. Vince will be okay. You'll see.
No. Nothing will be okay anymore.
Listen. Someone's coming. I'll bet that's him now.
No. That's not Vincent's walk.
I'm going and see.
Nicky, you stay where you are.
Mom, you gotta go to the door.
I'm coming. Who is it?
Miss Simmons? Are you Mrs. Simmons?
Yeah, I'm Mrs. Simmons. Who are you?
It's the police. You better open the door.
It's Vincent. You came about my son Vincent?
That's right. He's been in some trouble tonight. I think you'd better come with me.
Where have you got him? Have you got my boy in jail?
No, not jail. Vincent is in the hospital.
Dr. Devers? Dr. Devers? Dr. Devers?
Officer, is he hurt bad?
I'm afraid so. Pretty bad.
Who did it? Why did they do it? Why?
We don't have the whole story yet, but looks like a gang knifing.
I told him.
I suspect this gang went down on another gang. There was a rumble.
He wouldn't listen to me. But you're the police. Why don't you stop them? Why?
Mrs. Simmons, you'll have to keep your voice down. There's sick people here.
But why, officer? Why?
We do what we can, but it's too big for us. We're not social workers, psychiatrists. We're cops. We try to keep law and order on the streets, but... No. Listen, Miss Simmons. Here's where they've got Vincent. You've got to keep calm.
Yeah, calm. I'll try to keep calm.
Doctor, this is the boy's mother. Is it all right?
Doctor, my son.
I'm afraid you're too late.
Late? Too late?
Now, the boy, your son Vincent, he's dead.
Vincent, from the Latin word to conquer. With great pride she had named him Vincent. Now Vincent the Conqueror is dead, bled to death from a knife wound in his abdomen, bled to death on a stretcher in the emergency room of a public hospital.
Why? Why? You tell me, Doctor. Why? Why?
Your window is open. Can you hear her question? Can you give her an answer?
Why did it happen? Why?
I wish I knew the answer, Mrs. Simmons.
You're a smart man, an educated man. You were Vincent's teacher. Why did it happen? He wasn't a bad boy.
No, he wasn't a bad boy. I had him in shop for 2 years. When I heard what happened, I felt I had to come and see you.
He used to talk about you. He liked to make things.
He made that lamp that's sitting on the table.
Yes, I remember. He made it in shop.
It was my Mother's Day present last year. This year he didn't make me anything. Why?
Well, something happened to Vincent. You could see it happening. He lost interest. I knew he was running with a tough crowd.
Did you know he joined up with that gang?
I suspected it.
Then why didn't you stop him? Why?
Why didn't I stop him? How much do you expect one man to do? Oh, well, I was different once. I remember my first year of teaching. I was different then. I'd stay after school with my door open, waiting and hoping they'd come, wanting to reach them somehow.
But didn't they? Didn't they come?
Oh, a few came, but it seemed so futile. To help one or two children when the problem was so big, it was like spitting on a forest fire.
A forest fire, yeah. It's spreading all over. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Well,
the kids nowadays, they're bad, just plain bad, all of them, no respect.
No, it's not true. It's only the bad ones you hear about. They're just an island in the ocean. The rest are good, decent youngsters. Now, you take Vincent. He wasn't a bad boy, really. Somebody could have saved him.
It's too late to talk about Vincent. What about Nicky?
I can take care of myself.
That's what your brother thought.
It's bad enough now. What's going to become of Nicky when school's out and he's loose on the streets all day? I dread to see summer come.
Standing at your open window, you hear her tired voice.
I dread to see summer come.
And a montage of all the summers you have known unrolls before your eyes. You see the summer ponds of childhood. A small boy on a diving board above the leafy water. You see a white-breasted sailboat thrusting its wings into the wind. A pair of skinny brown hands at the tiller, and above them a pair of stronger protecting hands. You see the meadows of heaven, abloom with stars, and a man and a boy gazing up at them.
Look, son, there's Orion the hunter. Oh, I see him. And there's his little dog. I never saw his little dog before. Dad, is it true that every single star up there is a sun like our sun?
That's summer, as you remember it. But only a few blocks away from your doorstep, another kind of summer is on its way.
Hey, you kids, get on the street. If you want to play ball, find some other place.
Ah, drop dead. Mom, give me a dime for ice cream.
You had a dime already today.
Well, what else is there to do?
Oh, stop nagging. Nothing but nag all day long. I hate to see summer come.
What's the matter, Joe? Who's the police after now?
Just a bunch of kids. They caught them taking dimes out of the parking meters.
Lousy young'uns. They're too soft with them. They take them down to juvenile court. What'll happen? Nothing. The judge will put him on probation. Next week, be the same thing all over again. Lock him in jail like anybody else, I say.
I don't know. They come out of jail worse than ever.
Then what's the answer?
Search me.
It's bad enough now. Summer comes.
In the country now, the wheat is up. The barley and timothy, too. Green as a katydid's wings. The purr of the tractor is like a lullaby. It's good growing weather for crops and for children. But in the city, it's a different story. You look out of your window upon a city that waits for summer with dread. Already the police department is geared to meet the summer. More cops on every beat, more nightsticks swinging, more arrests. On the street, summer calls to young Nicky Simmons. Can you hear it?
Nicky! Nicky! Hey, Nicky!
Mom, let me go down.
No.
Please let me.
I told you and I told you. How many times do you want to hear me say no? Hey, Nicky! Nicky! Come on down.
It isn't even dark yet. What do you expect me to do?
I don't care what you do. Just stay off the street.
I can take care of myself.
You talk big. What about Monday? You came home from school with your shirt torn off you and a knot as big as a hen's egg on your head.
Well, what can I do, Mom? Stand there and let him take my lunch money? You gotta fight.
Fight and be dead like your brother Vincent.
Might as well be dead as penned up here. Mom, what am I gonna do when summer comes? What am I gonna do?
Nicky! Nicky! Come on, Nicky!
Hey, quit sending me, why don't you? I can't come down, I told you 100 times.
Oh, come on, don't be chicken. Your mother's not home.
Well, she'll be back in 10 minutes. She only went to the grocery store.
Then come on down for 10 minutes, man. We got something for you.
We've been keeping an eye on you, Nicky.
What are you keeping an eye on me for?
You're Vince's kid brother, ain't you?
Vince was one of us.
You keep your trap shut, Bingo. I'm doing the talking. Well, like I said, we've been keeping an eye on you. We saw you on the school ground the other day bopping with these Crusaders. You got heart, man. Just like Vince had heart.
Vince is dead.
Yeah, old Vince is dead. But he went down jitterbugging. He didn't punk out. Old Vince had heart.
Vince is dead. And nothing you say'll bring him back.
Yeah, Vince is dead. But you're alive, man. You ain't gonna let him get away with it, are you?
What can I do? I don't even know who killed him.
We know. And we're going down on him one of these days. You're little, Nicky, but you got heart. We decided we could use you. What do you say?
Well, I say no. I don't want to have anything to do with any gang. All I want to do is mind my own business.
Listen, man, there ain't any place in this world for a coolie. You're little. You need protection.
Let me alone. I gotta go upstairs.
Wait. We got something for you. Here.
I don't want it. I don't want any knife.
Look at it, man. Look at it.
It's Vince's knife.
Yeah, we took it off him before the cops came.
I don't want it.
You gotta take it. You're his brother. You take it and keep it. One of these days, man, you're gonna need that knife.
In the country now, the miracle of the season is taking place. Apple, pear, and cherry are in an ecstasy of bloom. You remember a prayer your grandfather used to say on seeing the first trees in blossom.
Praised art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who hast made thy world lacking in nothing, but hast produced goodly creatures and goodly trees wherewith to give delight to the children of men.
But where, you ask? Where in the city are there delights? Where are the delights of the children of men?
Take it. Take it and keep it. Someday you're going to need that knife.
I'm coming. Who is it?
It's Mr. Asher.
Oh, Vince's teacher. You came before.
I came too late before.
Well, everything's a mess, but you can come in if you want to. I just got home from work.
Thank you.
Sit down over there.
I can't get Vince off my mind.
Suppose you were me.
I don't sleep nights. There must have been something I could have done for him.
Nobody's blaming you.
I blame myself. I stood by and watched it happen. Kids in the street have an expression. They call you a coolie if you don't join them, if you play it safe. Well, that's me. A coolie. I kept telling myself, the problem's too big for you. Let somebody else solve it.
Somebody else, yeah. Who?
That's the point. Nobody can solve it alone. But we all have a responsibility. We have to act. Yeah, I should have remembered what I once studied in the Talmud. He who sustains a single life, it is as though he sustained the whole world.
It's too late for talking now.
Yeah, for Vincent, yes, but not for Nicky. It's, Nicky I came about.
Nicky? What's he done?
Well, not anything. Yet. He's not in my class, you know, but I've been keeping an eye on him. And today he was sent down to the principal's office. He was carrying a knife.
A knife? Where'd he get a knife?
He wouldn't say it first, but after school I cornered him and he opened up. He wants to talk. He needs to talk.
Yeah, but the knife.
It was Vince's. Gang gave it to him, sort of a bribe, I gather. They want him to join.
I'd rather see him dead.
So far he's held out, but how long, I don't know. Looks like this is going to be a critical summer for Nicky. A summer of decision.
Dread the summer.
We've got to get Nicky out of this neighborhood, out of this city for the summer.
Oh, you talk. Coney Island's as far away as he'll ever get.
Well, I don't want to promise anything, but I've been asking around. There are various groups in the city, settlement houses, social agencies, religious groups who send children to the country for the summer.
Free? It'd have to be free. Takes every cent I make to keep us alive.
Free, of course. I was thinking particularly of the Fresh Air Fund.
What's that?
Sponsored by one of the newspapers in the city. Every year they send thousands of kids to camps or to live in people's homes in the country. It gets them out of the city, gives them a different point of view about the world they live in.
But when they come back, it's still the same world.
No, I don't think so. Some of the things they've been a part of stick. The feeling of people caring, of being listened to and respected. These things stay with a child, I think, till the end of his days. Oh, I'm not saying it's the whole answer, but what is? If even the smallest seed could be planted in Nicky this summer, if later all of us could help it grow.
What did you call it? This fresh air what?
Fresh Air Fund.
Will they take Nicky? Can he go?
Oh, they'd take him in a minute. That's not the problem. The problem is money. Money to send him to camp, money to pay for his transportation to the family in the country that's volunteered to take him.
And where's the money come from?
Why, from people. People everywhere. A man in Brooklyn may send in $10, a woman in Newark $5. Why, they even got money from a man in Sing Sing, a prisoner. He wrote that he wished somebody had given him a chance when he was a kid.
I see. Whether Nicky can go or not, it all depends on people.
That's right. But in the end, doesn't everything?
Your window is open. You stand there listening to the voice of the city. As you listen, you know that somewhere in that brownstone wilderness that lies about you is a boy, Nicky, for whom this is a summer of decision. You know that it is a summer of decision for you as well. Remember, he who sustains a single life, it is as though he sustained the whole world.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. And now we take great pleasure in presenting Mr. Clarence E. Unterberg of New York City distinguished civic leader and member of the Board of Overseers of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, Mr. Unterberg.
In a week or two, the summer will be upon us. In our American culture, vacations in the out of doors, the beaches, the lakeside, the mountain, have become as much a part of our lives as a free education, as a good home, as religious worship. It is a distinctive mark of our high standard of living. Yet, in the city of New York, where there are nearly 1.5 million children of school age, barely 300,000, only 1 out of 5, will get away for a vacation with their parents or to a camp in the country. No wonder that juvenile delinquency figures rise during the summer months. Congestion, heat, boredom boil up a pot of problems. For many youngsters who lack competent adult supervision, who have no creative outlet for their imagination, who are confined to the dull routine of street living in the same few cronies, instead of being given opportunities for adventure, travel, and new companions, the end product can only be trouble. The wonder is that more do not get caught in serious mischief. Although year after year we have been pained as the statistics on juvenile delinquency continue to mount. The child who lives in the old or new tenement, who needs this new experience most, doesn't have a chance unless you and I help. The scent of a flower, a walk in the rain, to swim across a pond, to hit a ball on a grassy field without fear of breaking someone's window, to play Indian chief around a campfire, to go to bed with the echoes of the sounding of taps, is not only an unforgettable source of pleasure, but it may be the most influential character developing aspect of his life. The normal child needs it to grow up. The child beset with personal problems needs it first to help iron out the kinks in his life if he is ever to grow up normally. The Herald Tribune Fresh Air Fund is trying to give him an equal chance to attain this healthy life. Reiterated several times in the play we have just heard are the words of the Talmud. He who sustains a single life, it is as though he sustained the whole world. The child in the street, the child upon whom the whole world depends, needs no elaborate gifts, only the simple things that a sympathetic vacation home in the summertime will give him. These few weeks will be the means of fortifying the child physically and spiritually to face the varied problems that will confront him on his return. Support camps, so that they may give our children that strength.
Thank you, Mr. Unterberg. Our Eternal Light drama today, Summer of Decision, was written by Virginia Macer. Cantor Robert Siegel sang the liturgical introduction. Featured in the cast were Ann Seymour, Peter Laser, Nelson Olmsted, Guy Repp, Joan Christopher, Maurice Tarplin, Joey Fallon, Michael Mann, and Alan Bergman. The narrator was Norman Rose. This is Mel Brandt. Our program was directed by Parker Gibbs. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. and it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, Cantillation, Interpreter of the Bible, was written by Mark Siegel and is based on the book The Cantillation of the Bible by Professor Solomon Rosowski.
Bereshis Boro Elohim Eis HaShomayim Ve'yesoret Ve'horet Hoyesosovovo.
You are listening to the first verses of the Bible being chanted in Hebrew, as they have been chanted for thousands of years. The words and the music are inseparable. Together they form a pattern of rhythms and accents which is traditional. There are many styles of this intonation, but the precise relationship of each syllable, word, and phrase is fixed, rigidly fixed by one of the oldest forms in musical history. It is called cantillation. Its importance and its interest are more than musical, for cantillation is an art form. It is the interpreter of the Book of Books, the guide to a crystal clear understanding of the Word of God. How did cantillation come to be? Why did it develop? How is it used to transmit the ageless message of the Bible?
The questions have occupied scholars for a great many years.
It is a fascinating study, for if the words of the book go back to the dawn of creation, the music of the book goes back to the dawn of human communication.
Cantillation is basically an intonation, and intonation is a function of communication. We should know precisely what is meant by any sentence of the Bible. Cantillation provides the intonation which lets us know.
In every word we speak, in any language, one syllable is spoken with greater emphasis and clearer enunciation than the rest.
In the beginning, Bereshis.
About it, the other syllables are grouped, some with a slight stress, some with no stress at all.
Similarly, in every phrase, in every sentence, some words are pronounced with marked distinctness, while others are spoken hastily, almost without a stop.
We call these stresses, as you know, accents.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. In an ordinary page of English, the word accents are never indicated, nor are the groupings of words by phrases completely indicated.
They are, of course, in the Greek, but then very few of us, I suppose, speak Greek. The Hebrew word for accent is tam.
The same word can be translated as taste, as it is in Exodus, as judgment or good sense, as it is in the book of Samuel, or as sense or words of sense, as it is in the Talmud.
And this makes perfect sense, because it is the accents in a word and the accents in a sentence which weld disjointed speech into logical meanings.
Cantillation fixes, with no room for doubt, the exact accents of each word, each phrase, each sentence of the Bible.
Listen once again.
Bereshis Boro Elohim Eis HaShomayim Ve'yesoret.
There are a good many theories as to how cantillation of the Bible began. Most scholars accept as one of the reasons the fact that the Bible was read in public before large audiences.
Language is a function of occasion. Words addressed to an intimate group are delivered one way. Words directed to a large audience are delivered another way.
Let's suppose for a moment that Abraham Lincoln was expressing a certain well-known thought in the confines of a White House sitting room rather than at a public gathering. He might well have said,
87 years ago, our forefathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation.
But put the same man on a speaker's platform on the battlefield at Gettysburg.
87 years ago,
the phrasing is different.
Our fathers,
the accents are different,
brought forth upon this continent a new nation.
The intonation is different. In a sense, old Abe is beginning to sing.
Conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
He is beginning to sing the speech in order to make his meaning clear. Of course, we can't be quite sure the way he delivered his speech. There isn't any cantillation for the Gettysburg Address. It's a long trip from Gettysburg to Jerusalem, but we're about to make it.
You are listening to the voice of the spiritual leader of the Samaritans, an ancient sect. The reading is of the Ten Commandments in Hebrew.
You'll notice that the text is being read, not sung. This is the way the text of the Decalogue is studied today by the priests of the Samaritan sect.
But when the same text is read in public, it sounds like this.
The priest is singing to speech. He is cantillating the Decalogue, and his purpose is to make the text attractive. Intonation, accent, and the phrasing for public reading, these are three of the functions of cantillation. But how is it done? What is the particular system of notation which allows the reader of the Bible to chant the ancient words in the ancient way? Let's begin at the beginning. And the beginning is to find out what cantillation is not. That was our musical scale, made up of notes, the familiar do, re, mi.
Cantillation is not just a series of notes.
Now, here's a song, a rhythmic and familiar tune, made up of certain notes played in certain rhythms.
Cantillation is not a song.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing.
The words of this song may be meaningful, but there isn't any great relationship between the words and music. You can sing other words to this tune.
Ask the British.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen.
In short, cantillation is not words added to music. It is music which has grown out of the words to make their meaning clearer.
Kadmo Munach Darko Munach Segol Munach.
What you are hearing now is the ABC of cantillation, the basic accents or groups of notes which a beginner learns. The words are the names of each motif, and the names themselves suggest the function of each motif in helping to make the text of the Bible clear. The signs of the cantillation show us which words go together and which should be held apart. They also serve a grammatical purpose.
In short, they are the periods, commas, semicolons, and question marks of the Bible.
The names of the accents include, for example,
resting,
Munach, Munach,
staying,
Yesiv,
cessation,
Siluk,
and end of verse.
Soposuk.
May we hear that again?
Soposuk.
Well, there's a period if you ever heard one. The system of cantillation is a technical one. Technical in the sense that the chanting of the Bible, according to these traditional accents, requires a knowledge of the signs and of their relationship to each other. But cantillation is also an expression of mood, an expression of the close relationship of man to the word of his Maker, and an expression of the exaltation with which man divines the ageless wisdom of the Bible.
And so what began as a single system of accents to make words of the Bible clearly understood developed over the centuries into a highly diversified series of systems reflecting mood, subject matter, geography, and even occasion.
We said before, the experts couldn't be exactly sure of just which way the Bible was cantillated in ancient times. The reason is that while the accents are fixed, the musical content of each accent is not.
Music, even the music of the Bible, reflects the culture in which it develops.
And so there are variations in the traditions of cantillation, variations handed down from father to son in different parts of the world.
What sounds natural in Baghdad can sound strange in Lithuania.
Also the other way around. Each of the traditions of cantillation is a melodic world in itself. For example, let's return to the chanting of the first verses of Genesis as it is read today in synagogues in the United States.
Bereshis boro Elohim eis hashomayim ve'eis haaretz.
That is in the East European tradition. But here is the same text chanted in the Oriental tradition. It's Yemenite. The singers are a father and his son.
The father sings a verse in Hebrew, then according to custom, the son translates the verse into Aramaic. Aramaic was the common language of the people 2,000 years ago.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. This is how these words sounded in the Yemenite tradition.
Bereshit bara Elohim et shamayim ve'nora. Nakal min bara Adonai yot shamayim yot ara. V'ara asayed hada v'v'av v'hashach al panetam v'ruach Elohim مرحبا عالفنان مايم ورعاها وصل يا ورقل يا وحشق على بيتهما وروح من قدم ذناي من الشبع على بيميا ويا مرأة.
That was Yemenite cantillation. We could also let you hear variations from Baghdad, Kurdistan, Morocco, Lithuania, Germany, and Poland, Spain, the Netherlands, and Italy. That is, to mention a few.
But in each locality, in each tradition, the function of the chanting is the same. Cantillation is the interpreter of the Bible. In the book of Nehemiah, there is a description of the beginnings of the public reading of the Bible.
Then did Ezra the priest bring forward the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and everyone that had understanding to listen attentively. And he read therein, and the ears of all the people were directed unto the book of the law. So they read in the book, in the law of God distinctly, and exhibiting the sense, so that the people understood what was read.
This was the beginning of the public reading of the books of the Bible within the religious services of Judaism. The 5 books of Moses are read completely in designated portions for each Sabbath of the year. On special holidays, the books of Ruth, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Songs are read in public. Esther, Lamentations, and the Prophets each have their place within the liturgical calendar.
The moods of these books of the Bible vary greatly.
Some are expressive of despair, and some of joy. Some are books of comfort, and some of poetic imagery. Over the centuries, certain of these books of the Bible have acquired distinct modes of cantillation.
Consider, for example, the cantillation of the Book of Lamentations.
Lamentations is read in the synagogue on Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of the month of Av, the fast day which commemorates the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem.
It is a day of mourning, and the special cantillation of Lamentations is an expression of mourning.
These are the words of the 5th chapter of Lamentations.
Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens.
We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows.
We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us.
Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest.
Listen now to these words, cantillated in the original Hebrew, as they are heard in the great synagogue in Jerusalem. It is hardly necessary to know the Hebrew, for the special cantillation of Lamentations is a lamentation in itself, an expression of despair, which is universally understandable.
Zechor Adonai mea haya lanu, habit aurei et chelpateinu, nachalateinu nefchare zarim.
Consider now the cantillation of the book of Esther.
The story of Esther is a tale, a chronicle, a reporting of history.
The cantillation of Esther is repertorial, dramatic, a story almost acted out, so that all who hear it may understand. Here is a reading of Megillus Esther, the scroll of Esther, as it is cantillated in Persia. Quite different from the cantillation of Lamentations,
but expressive of the mood of the books.
In the words of Nehemiah,
exhibiting the sense so that the people understood.
Cantillation is the interpreter of the Bible.
Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Thine ointments have a goodly fragrance. Thy name is an ointment poured forth.
Of all the books of the Bible, none is more lyric or poetical than the Song of Songs, the idyll of King Solomon. And the mode of cantillation of the Song of Songs is a song of songs in itself.
Shir HaShirim Asher L'Shlomo Yisakeni Min Neshikot Pihu Hitovim Dodecha Miyayin Lereach Shemanecha Tovim Shemen Turach Shemecha Aleken Alamot Ahivucha
And so, cantillation, which began as a way of making the words of the Bible clear, of accenting what should be accented, developed also into a form of art, a form in which the music itself expresses the mood, the words of the given book of the Bible.
On a few occasions in the Bible, the mode of cantillation will change within a single reading.
Take, for example, a moment in Deuteronomy, the last of the 5 books of Moses.
Chapter 1, verses 11 to 13.
Verse 12 is a sentence of despair. The cantillation changes from the mode of the book of Moses to the mode of lamentations.
Adonai Elohei Avotechem Yosef Aleichem Kochem Elef Yomim Yivorech Etchem Ka'asher Diber Lochem.
The Lord God of your fathers make you 1,000 times so many more as ye are, and bless you as he hath promised you.
That was verse 11. But verse 12 reads,
How can I myself alone bear your cumbrance, and your burden, and your strife?
Now, let's hear them together.
Adonai Elohei Avotechem Yosef Aleichem Kochem Elef Yomim Yivorech Etchem Ka'asher Diber Lochem. Eichu Esol Vadi Tochachem Umasachem Verivechem Oru Lochem Anoshim Chachomim Ulevanim Viduim Leshivteichem Va'atimem Beroshechem.
The words are the music, and the music is the words. Cantillation is the interpreter of the Bible.
Other modes of cantillation. The cantillation of the prophetic books, portions of which are read in the synagogue on the Sabbath. The cantillation of study. The cantillation of prayer itself. There are variations according to traditions, geography, local custom, and mood. And out of this wealth of musical material, musical traditions have grown, which have deeply affected the secular music of our culture.
Out of the cantillation of the Bible came the plain song of the church, and out of the plain song of the church, musical influences that helped to build the great body of Western classical music.
But the deeper meaning of the cantillation is its expression of a people's faith and its intention that the sacred scriptures should be shared by all.
In
the synagogues of the world, the Torah, the teaching of Moses, is chanted in the ancient cantillation, the musical system devised to make the Bible clear to the people so they would understand. Today, thousands of years later, in our sophisticated times, we read with great ease, with greater understanding, with few obstacles between us and the Word of God. But the cantillation remains, a joy to the ears and to the heart, and a reminder in our time, as in its beginnings, that by these words we may go our way and prepare for ourselves a great joy, because we have understood the words which were given to us and to all mankind as a heritage and blessing, a light that man may follow towards a time to come, when all shall dwell in brotherhood, in justice, and in peace.
Asher osom Moshe le'enei kol Yisroel.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. And now we take great pleasure in presenting Rabbi Marvin G. Weiner, Director of the National Academy for Adult Jewish Studies of the United Synagogue of America. Rabbi Weiner.
The program you have just heard was presented in honor of the 80th birthday of Professor Solomon Rozovsky. Professor Rozovsky has achieved world renown as a distinguished authority on the cantillation of the Bible. His entire life's work has been dedicated to this unique religious phenomenon. The reading of the Torah represents an ancient and hallowed tradition in Jewish life, whereby religious instruction is included as an integral part of the service of prayer and song. This reading aloud of a portion of sacred scriptures traces back over 24 centuries, and its development as an institution is recorded in the Bible itself. The Bible represents the abiding source of religious inspiration for the religions of the Western world. Modern scholarship has reaffirmed for us the accuracy and historicity of Scripture as a fixed and permanent record of God's revelation to man and man's progress toward God. And yet, paradoxically enough, this fixed and unchanging sacred text is accompanied by a continuing spiritual creation, the cantillation. Basically, the cantillation serves to clarify and make precise the meaning of the text. And yet we have heard how cantillation provides a variety of moods, distinguishing the various Sabbaths and festivals by special musical motifs. Furthermore, there are additional variations in each of the many sub-traditions of Judaism. Hence the Zarkah and the Segol which you heard, serving the same function throughout the synagogues of the world, nonetheless differ in musical content from New York to Paris and Baghdad. How remarkable it is that the very means of standardizing and of unifying serves also to particularize and differentiate. Cantillation, symbolizing the universal and the particular, represents as well the continuum of an ancient tradition enriched by the full range of human emotions in every generation as it acts upon the lives of those who seek, in the words of the psalmist, to worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness.
Thank you, Rabbi Weiner. Our Eternal Light drama today, Cantillation, Interpreter of the Bible, was written by Mark Siegel and was based on the book Cantillation of the Bible by Professor Solomon Rozovsky. The liturgical introduction was sung by Cantor Robert Siegel, and the biblical passages cantillated were performed by Raphael Edgar. Musical recordings heard on today's program are from the Dr. Johannes Spector collection, recorded for the Hebrew University, Jerusalem, Israel. Featured in the cast, Guy Rep, Charles Webster, and Petoniak. The narrators were David Ross and Roger DeKoven. This is the NBC Radio Network.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. And it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, David Dubinsky, Man of Labor, was written by Harry Gersh.
The psalmist wrote, when thou eatest the labor of thy hands. Happy shalt thou be, and it shall be well with thee. In each age and culture this has been repeated. Happy is the man who eats the bread of his own labor. But there were many who labored from dark to dark and had no bread to eat. There were those who had to call upon small children to labor with them, and still there was not enough bread to eat. It was not well with these laborers. Then arose men who brought the laborers together to seek an end to hunger and an end to injustice. These men believed as the psalmist believed, and they did the work of the Lord. Among these was David Dubinsky. David Dubinsky was a skilled worker by the time he was bar mitzvah, a master baker when he was 15. In America, he was a sewing machine operator, and then a clothing cutter. For the past 25 years, David Dubinsky has been president of the International Ladies Garment Workers Union.
Now, wait a minute. Can we have a little order? Please. Now, look, Mr. Cohen, at least we can agree on this. Let's have a little quiet. We're not getting anywhere this way. Will you agree to arbitration?
Now, look, nothing was said about arbitration.
That's what I thought.
All right, you want arbitration? We'll take it to arbitration. We're not afraid.
Oh, well, you asked for it. Who will it be?
Professor Martin.
That school teacher? What does he know about business? How about Mr. Ramsey?
That banker? What does he know about living on a worker's wage? It's like I suggested Dubinsky.
Dubinsky? All right, I'll accept Dubinsky.
You'll what?
Mr. Miller, you understand what you're doing?
I'll accept David Dubinsky.
An arbitrator for this contract?
To give a decision on how much raise the union will get?
Look, I know what arbitration means, and I know David Dubinsky is president of this union. But I've known him, maybe I should say I've fought with him for 20 years. I will accept his decision as to what is good for the industry and what is fair for the workers.
So a group of employers, successful, tough-minded operators in one of the most competitive businesses in the country, agreed to have the president of the International Union arbitrate their differences with a local union. A unique and unheard-of occurrence. But it happened in the ladies' garment industry. Perhaps it could only happen in the ladies' garment industry. Perhaps it could only happen to David Dubinsky. He lived in Lodz, in Poland. 16 Wyszodnia Street, a small house in a mean street. In the cellar of the house was Bezalel Dubinsky's bakery. Bezalel employed 2 bakers, so he was called the boss. But the family lived in one room behind the bake shop. The father and mother and 1 son slept in that room. David slept on a bed of straw in a wagon in the courtyard, except in winter when he bedded down in the hallway with his head in the warmth of the bakery. Each night, he watched the baker at work. That way he learned his first trade. When he was 13, he was a baker and a member of the Jewish Socialist Workers' Bund. When he was 15, he was a union leader. It happened like this.
All right, we still haven't got a secretary for the union.
I nominate Muttle Goldfeather.
Quiet, please. Muttle, can you read and write? You see, Jacob, Muttle can't even answer, let alone write. The secretary has to be able to read and write. Oh, wait, I have an idea. David Dubinsky.
David? He's still a boy. How will it look for the local to have a bar mitzvah boy for a secretary?
You know someone else in the union who can read and write Yiddish and Russian and Polish? All in favor of David Dubinsky as secretary of the Lodge Bakers Union, let's hear. All right, David, you're the secretary. I don't have to tell you how important it is. You can start taking notes right away. Now, brothers, we have to talk about the strike. I
never saw such cold. Why is it we only go on strike in 2 seasons, either in the middle of the winter or the middle of the summer?
This is a picket line, Jacob, but not a picnic.
Don't worry, I could tell. And if I couldn't, my wife would remind me. You know what she told me this morning?
No, what?
She told me not to walk too much on the picket line because these are my only pair of shoes. Have to save them for Passover.
Hello, Abram. Hello, Jacob.
He's here. Dubinsky, the labor leader. What's the matter? You're late for the picket line.
I was at headquarters, writing up the demands we're giving the boss bakers.
That's fine, David. Don't listen to Jacob. If you came early, he would complain you were looking for glory. As for being a labor leader, well, I guess you are. And that means you can expect only complaints from your union brothers.
That was his first strike, more than 50 years ago. It was Russian Poland, and no one had any rights. Living was a privilege granted by the Tsar. One morning, right after the strike.
Dubinsky. David Dubinsky, where is he?
David? Well, what do the police want with a young boy?
We asked the questions. Where is he?
Well, how should I know? I'm only the baker here.
It won't help him to run. The shop is surrounded.
Someone looking for me? Oh, the police.
Yeah, the police. Come on.
Oh, what's all the talk? A man can't even get a night's sleep.
Police? What is it?
It's all right, Papa. They came for me.
But why the police?
You don't know your son is a revolutionary?
What kind of a revolutionary? My son David never.
He's an officer of the Bakers' Union.
The Bakers' Union. For this you take a young boy to jail?
All right, enough talk. Let's go.
It's all right, Papa. It's all right.
A boy? Jail? But wait, please, wait a minute. David, you'll wear this, yes?
Now? You give me an arbor compass now?
Yeah.
All right, Papa. I'll wear the sacred garment. It will make you feel better. Maybe me, too.
So David Dubinsky made his first trip to jail for being secretary of the Lodge Bakers Union. He went with the arbor compass his father gave him.
Hello, son. How is it with you?
Papa, how did you get into the prison?
Don't be worried, David. How does one do these things? For 5 rubles, the warden sold me 5 minutes. Also, he agreed not to beat you and to give you the food that the Tsar's government pays him to give you.
But why?
Why? David, if you're old enough to go to prison, you're old enough to understand these things.
All right, Papa. Let's give the warden the rubles.
Now you're acting sensibly.
But not for special treatment. Tell the warden that for 5 rubles a month, I am to receive and send 1 letter a week. We must know what goes on outside, and our brothers in the union must know what we think.
But, David, for this you will trade the whips and the hunger of prison? You would take a drunken guard's beating for a letter from your union? You're older than I thought, my son, and wiser than I. It shall be as you say.
This was the beginning of David Dubinsky, labor leader. A memory of a tag of the Psalms from Cheder, the harsh life of a Jew in Vilna, or even a boss's son had to sleep in a wagon in the courtyard. He came to America in 1911, January 1st, 1911, and in 2 weeks he was a real American. He had his first citizenship papers. He was registered in night school, and he had a job as a dishwasher. Then he got himself a card in the International and became a garment worker. He became part of the wild jungle the garment industry used to be before the International cleaned it up.
All right, boys. Be quiet, boys. Here's the garment. See, all straight seams, easy. You do the whole thing in a few minutes. Who wants to give me a price? What's the matter? You afraid to talk? Or you afraid to work?
25 cents.
You came here to make jokes or to look for work? 25 cents.
That's a fair price.
Sure. 22 cents.
This is Houston Street, boys, not Fifth Avenue. You don't want to work, then leave my shop. Now, who'll sew this dress for 18 cents?
We'll stop sewing a dress like that for 18 cents.
Yeah, starvation wages.
All right, that's all. There's no work here. Go.
I'll take 18 cents.
Don't take it. He'll pay more if we stick together.
I need the work.
Now, there is a smart man. Now, who else wants to work? How about you?
All right.
All right, fine. You. Come on inside. The rest can go.
Please, mister, you forgot me.
I got enough.
I need work, mister, my children.
I said I got enough.
I'll work for 16 cents.
Now, there is a man who understands the market. All right, you come on in. Price is now 16 cents a dress for everybody. Who wants to work?
Those were the conditions in the garment industry. And those were the conditions wiped out through the International and David Dubinsky.
Workers can live in the garment trade now without begging and without losing their humanity. There is a Talmudic injunction that says, the right of the working man has precedence. In a way, we built the International on that line.
When the dark night of humanity spread over the face of Europe like a black stain, erasing not only people but the qualities which separate people from beasts, there were other working men who required precedence.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, David. We just had another letter from Paris. The news is bad.
What do they say?
3 more escaped and got through. They're hiding now in Paris. But it looks as if they'll have to move again.
Where can they move to?
Nowhere, unless we can bring them here.
What does Washington say?
The same. No visas.
The secret weapon again, huh? Red tape. Well, we'll see. Tell the committee we're going to Washington tomorrow. I think the first train is 6:30. In the morning, that is.
But the negotiations, they're supposed to start tomorrow.
The dress manufacturers will have to wait until we finish negotiations with the Department of State. Hello, Mr. Dubinsky. Hello, Mr. Secretary. Boys, this is the Assistant Secretary of State. This is a delegation from the Jewish Labor Committee, Mr. Secretary.
Oh, happy to meet you, gentlemen. What brings you to Washington?
100 visas.
100 visas? To where?
To where? To the United States. What other places left?
We can't issue visas. Who are these 100 people? What are their names?
Well, we don't know yet.
I don't understand, Mr. Dubinsky.
All right, we'll explain it. There is only one group that the Nazis hate as much as they hate the Jews. You know who they are?
Well,
Union leaders and social democratic leaders. The Nazis can make deals with communists, but the social democrats will not do business with Hitler.
Yes, that's so.
Believe me, I know that Jews, union leaders, and social democrats have top priority for the concentration camps. Every time Hitler comes near another border, another group of union leaders who are too old or too well-known or too important to go underground have to run. By now, we have almost 100 hidden in Paris. It will be 100 by the end of the week. And we don't know how long they'll be safe in Paris.
Granted, Mr. Dubinsky, but there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of decent people fleeing Hitler. They all want visas. Now, how can we give you 100?
When we free Germany and Austria and Czechoslovakia, who will be left in these countries to give leadership, to remind the people of democracy? If we save these 100 men, we can rebuild soundly.
But it's impossible to give visas wholesale. There are procedures. They have to be investigated.
There's no time. Hitler doesn't investigate before he kills, nor does he follow procedures. I personally will vouch for every one of these people.
You, Mr. Dubinsky?
It's not good enough?
Well, it's not that. There's the financial guarantee.
Why, I didn't think of that. With my bank balance... excuse me. David, the executive board. Who's the executive board? They came out of the shop like you and me. You don't trust them?
Yes.
Mr. Secretary.
Yes?
The International Ladies Garment Workers Union will go bond for 100 social democratic and trade union leaders.
These men were saved, and others. Sometimes it was David Dubinsky, president of the International Ladies Garment Workers Union, who had a hand in their saving. Sometimes it was David Dubinsky, friend of President Roosevelt. And sometimes it was David Dubinsky, leader of the Jewish Labor Committee. But there were some who were not saved because they could not leave.
It's confirmed, David. Ehrlich and Alter were killed.
Why? Why? Aren't the Russians fighting Hitler, too? Weren't Ehrlich and Alter fighting the Nazis?
Yes. Stalin is fighting the Nazis, but not for the reasons we are, or the Jewish-Polish Bund is. But what can we do? We are at war. Russia is our ally. That is the overriding fact.
Not to me. There are things I wouldn't even permit the American government to get away with. Shall we crawl before Stalin? Hannah, rent make a temple for the first available day. Notify the Workmen's Circle, the Jewish Labor Committee, and every union in the city that we will protest the murder of Ehrlich and Alter at a mass meeting.
The committee is here, Mr. Dubinsky.
Oh, send them in. Sit down, gentlemen. Sit down.
Thank you, Mr. Dubinsky. Beautiful offices you have here. The ILG has certainly come a long way.
You told me the same thing last year across the bargaining table, but it wasn't for the same reason. Anyway, you didn't come here to talk about our union. You came to talk of Ehrlich and Alter, no?
A tragic thing, Mr. Dubinsky, but they are dead. The important thing is the war effort.
Yes, we have to win the war. I have no fear that we won't. But I worry a great deal about what comes after.
Let me be frank, Mr. Dubinsky. The Russians are a suspicious bunch. We're giving them billions of dollars of goods, and still they don't trust us. But we have to fight together. Maybe they're changing. And your protest meeting will only irritate delicate relationships. This is a time for Soviet-American friendship, not for mass meetings protesting Russian execution.
My friend, the difference is that I've been fighting this war for a long, long time. Much longer than the Russians. So their delicate sensibilities don't worry me too much. The Tsar sent me to jail for organizing unions. Stalin would do the same if he could lay hands on me.
I understand that, Mr. Dubinsky.
Do you know who Ehrlich and Alter were?
Yes, they were Jewish leaders.
Yes, they were that. But the communists didn't kill them because they were Jewish leaders. Henrik Ehrlich and Victor Alter were the souls of the Jewish Labor Federation of Poland. While they lived, Poland had a chance for democracy after the war. But Stalin wants Poland for the same reasons Hitler does. So Stalin has to kill those who are the essence of democratic Poland.
I can see that I'm not convincing you.
We will protest the murder of Ehrlich and Alter. Henrik Ehrlich and Victor Alter were murdered by Stalin's executioners. The free world does not know where these martyrs to freedom lie buried. But Ehrlich and Alter do not need stone markers. As long as men value liberty above life itself, their memory will be green. Their names will be sweet upon the lips of every man who can or wants to hold his head upright.
In the years after the war, there was trouble and growth and work. A $90,000 gift to the auto strikers and an ORT school in Paris. $7 million worth of Israeli housing bonds and a 35-hour week in the garment industry. The star of Italian solidarity from the President of Italy and a Medal of Service from King George of England.
We've got to get through this correspondence, D.D.
Sure.
Hello? It's Los Angeles. About the piecework clause in the new contract.
Hello. Sure, I understand, but does the Employers Association understand? We'll maintain the rates. You tell them I said so. Goodbye.
Can I finish this letter by myself?
Sure, just say we'll go along.
Hello? Oh, Mr. Rockefeller, certainly. It's Mr. Rockefeller.
Oh. Hello? I'm fine. That's right. It's not a rumor. We're putting $20 million into a housing for Air Force personnel. With you? You want the ILG to go partners with the Rockefeller brothers on housing in Puerto Rico? How many million? Yes, I think the executive board will go along. Thanks. Goodbye. You heard, Hannah?
Yes.
We're in partnership with the Rockefellers. Well, why not? What else do we have to do?
Oh, but there's no time. All right. I'll take care of the rest.
Are you sure there's nothing else I have to see?
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, how about the dinner for the UN group?
It's all arranged.
Well, how about the menu?
It's decided.
Deep in the East Side, the streets are as crowded as they were when the ILG was born. The buildings as scabrous and smells as sharp. The teeming ghetto is still a teeming ghetto of other newcomers to the Golden Shore. Where the Manhattan shore bulges the East River, at Corlear's Hook, the slum skyline breaks, and there are great tall houses and trees and open spaces where women sit and children can feel air that has tasted green. There where the most tubercular slums were, rise the skyscrapers of the cooperative houses of the International Ladies Garment Workers Union.
We are here today as natives returning to the scenes of our childhood. We are the sons and daughters of immigrants and of this East Side. There were rooms in these houses where the sun never shone. There were rooms in which children slaved over bundles of garments, breathing the foul air. There were rooms in these houses where men and women worked until they dropped. Here on these streets, men and women spoke a multitude of tongues, but all of them spoke the same dream, of an end to poverty, of enough to eat, of trees in the streets and homes filled with fresh air and sunshine. Now, 50 years later, the garment workers return to their place of origin. We have wiped out the sweatshop. Now we return to wipe out the slum.
This is an unfinished story because all the slums have not been wiped out, nor all injustice and bigotry and prejudice. But there is hope that we may one day do so. For we have David Dubinsky and other men like him. He is in the mainstream of a river called freedom that began to roll when man was young. He is one of those who enforces the injunction written into the Proverbs. Rob not the poor, for the Lord will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. And now we take great pleasure in presenting Mr. George Meany, President of the AFL-CIO. Mr. Meany.
What can a man say in praise of David Dubinsky that hasn't been well and truly said scores and hundreds of times during the past quarter century? For 25 years, crucial years in American history, Dave Dubinsky has given the International Ladies Garment Workers Union devoted, dedicated, imaginative, and fearless leadership. All of American labor has benefited because this man has dared to dream and to pioneer, and yet has never lost the practical point of view. The scorecard of David Dubinsky's achievements is so long and so impressive that it would be impossible for me to single out any particular one for special praise. Perhaps it is best to talk about Dubinsky the man rather than to discuss his individual achievements. He possesses a rare combination of ability and talent and understanding of human nature that makes him easily one of the 20th century's outstanding labor leaders. He is basically a humanitarian, a man who understands the grave problems of our times in the simple terms of individuals, of men and women, of families. It is people who are important to David Dubinsky, and it is his love of people that has shaped his lifetime of service to his union, to the labor movement, to his adopted land, which he loves so dearly. It is typical of Dave Dubinsky that he never rests on past laurels. Today's achievement to him is just a stepping stone toward tomorrow's goal of a better life for people in a land of democracy and freedom and brotherhood. I count it an honor to call David Dubinsky my friend. I am proud to join in this program honoring such a distinguished American. I trust and I pray that David Dubinsky's years of further service to the International Ladies Garment Workers Union, to the labor movement, and to mankind will be as many as I know they will be fruitful.
Thank you, Mr. Meany. Our Eternal Light drama today, David Dubinsky, Man of Labor, was written by Harry Gersh. Cantor Robert Siegel sang the liturgical introduction. David Dubinsky was impersonated by Louis Van Rooten. Others in the cast were Maurice Charplin, Beatrice Pons, Joey Fallon, Daniel Acco, Guy Repp, Bill Zuckert, John Seymour, and Joseph Boland. The narrator, Norman Rose. This is Mel Brandt. Our program was directed by Parker Gibbs. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Next week, we shall present the first program in the Eternal Light Summer Series, Words We Live By, featuring Mark Van Doren and Maurice Samuel in discussions of great words in the literature of the Bible. Be sure to be with us then. The NBC Radio Network.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. And it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, The High Places, was written by Joseph Mindell and is presented in commemoration of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year.
Clear the launching area. All personnel to Incoming stations. 10 minutes to blast off.
Released by the gantry cranes, the slender ship emerged, a monument unveiled to an event yet undefined. Long ago, in the early test stages, when it stood on the launching pad of Earth, reaching upward, restrained as it were by the clusters of men with instruments and cables. On that day, there came to someone the words of the book of Genesis. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. Now the ship that was only a number had a name, and the name was Jacob's Ladder.
3 minutes, Captain Morrison. Your final instrument check should be complete.
Just finishing. Davis? Engine instruments check. Clark?
Okay in the navigation department, Captain.
Controls check. That's it.
Hey, you forgot Doc Fields. You don't want to hurt his feelings.
Thanks, Clark. I just checked. My feelings are under control.
All right, then. Let's get into the acceleration harnesses. Don't touch that dial, Clark.
Only half a minute, Captain. I just want to switch to a network frequency.
What for?
Oh, last send-off, maybe. I'd like to hear that again about intrepid explorers of space, you know?
Sure, historic flight around the moon.
Yeah, that's it, Davis. Modern Magellan's circumnavigating a new world.
First men to see the dark side of the moon.
The Francis Drakes of our century.
2 minutes.
I guess you're right, Captain. Suppose I got to believe I was an intrepid explorer. Uh-oh, I better get strapped into the harness.
We'd better all get ready.
Look at us. Strapped down flat on our backs.
Reminds me of the operating table when I was 10 years old and had my tonsils out.
Hey, doesn't it remind you of something, Doc?
You tell me.
I was only thinking, must be a new experience for a psychiatrist.
Stop needling, Clark.
I mean, lying on a couch like the rest of us patients.
That's enough, I said.
It's all right, Captain Morrison. Let him talk.
Well, we can do without that kind of talk right now.
It's not serious. I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, I'm worried, Doc. I'm seriously worried.
What, and you, a modern Magellan?
Oh, not me, Davis. I just decided. I don't care what's on the other side of the moon.
What's this all about, Clark? If this is your idea of a joke...
Oh, it's not funny. I keep asking myself, what am I doing here?
You volunteered, like the rest of us, along with a couple of hundred others, and you were picked.
Right now, Captain, that doesn't explain a thing.
Maybe you're making too much of this, Captain Morrison.
Am I? Listen to me, all of you. If one of the voltmeter needles fell off its pivot now, this second, or if the computer of the automatic pilot shorted a 2-inch connection, this flight would be called off.
But, Captain
Morrison... nothing. Everything has to be just exactly right. I don't like this, not one bit. Dr. Fields, this is your department. What do you say?
Every man here was picked, as you said, Captain, for what he knows and what he can do. Clark is a good man.
He's no good if he falls to pieces.
He was picked after thorough psychological testing.
I want an answer, Dr. Fields. Do we call it off? Yes or no?
I've given you my answer. Why don't you ask Clark?
What's the use? He's too frightened to talk.
What kind of an answer do you want? I'm still in my harness.
All right, Clark. It's an answer.
Final countdown on signal.
Hold your hats, boys. Here we go.
0, -10, 9, 8.
I wonder what it's like, Clark.
7.
What?
6.
The other side of the
5,
moon.
4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Control to Jacob's Ladder, report. Control Center to Jacob's Ladder. Waiting for report. Instruments show the engine is off. Are you out of your acceleration harnesses? Captain Morrison, can you hear me? Captain Morrison.
I hear you.
Is anything wrong, Captain?
What's our distance?
Roughly 2,000 miles. Why didn't you answer?
We were looking.
What do you mean, looking? At what?
The earth, the sky.
Oh. What's it like, Captain Morrison? Captain?
I can't tell you.
For Pete's sake, there's no secret. Your television cameras are broadcasting the whole Earth.
Well, then you know.
Astronomers are going crazy around the screen, but it doesn't look like anything to me. You guys don't talk much, do you?
We've been looking out since the engine stopped. Maybe nobody knows what words to say.
Know what it's like, Captain? Remember the first time you were up in a plane?
Yes, I remember, Clark.
My first flight was from New York to Washington. And I looked down on Chesapeake Bay. You know, all those coves and inlets? And suddenly, for the first time, I believed in geography.
So?
Now I look out. I believe in the world. The earth. Up there.
Up? You mean down?
You don't understand. How can you?
Listen, you blast off from the earth. You're up. We're down. Stands to reason.
Now, you can't argue with me. Where we are, up and down are different. Everything's different. There's just us. And the world. Hey, Doc. Take a look at Davis. Mumbling to himself.
I've been watching him, Clark. Davis. Davis.
Huh?
Something troubling you?
Oh. No, Doc, no trouble. Just that coasting like this, since the engine cut out, how long? 3 days?
2 more days. We make the turn around the moon.
You get to thinking about things.
What kind of things?
Well, take this ship. The rockets fired for 5 minutes or so and then cut off automatically when a tape in the computer figured the speed was right.
I may be wrong, but as I understand it, that was all calculated in advance. Firing time, acceleration, the orbit.
That's right. Figure 8 around the moon and back to Earth. And suppose we get off course.
It's very unlikely, Davis.
Even so, Captain, just suppose.
Your job is the engine. Leave the navigation to Clark.
All right. What would Clark do?
I wouldn't do anything. The automatic pilot makes all course corrections.
That's what I mean.
Now, look here, Davis.
Excuse me, Captain. Davis, I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Look, Doc. Here we are, 3 days out from the Earth. The thermostat moves reflectors on the hull if it gets too hot or too cold in here. The radiation detector activates screens. The meteor control seals punctures. Even the observation instruments operate themselves.
Isn't that how it was planned by the scientists?
Sure, but what I want to know is, what do they need us for?
Hey, why don't you laugh? Davis said something funny.
He's not laughing, Clark.
He doesn't realize how funny it is. He feels inferior to a machine.
Out here, a man is inferior.
You seem to like the idea, Captain Morrison.
You can count on a machine to do its job without being afraid or bored or feeling inferior.
Without thinking. Asking questions.
They warned us when we were in training. There's even a name for it. Space fatigue. Is it getting you too, Dr. Field?
I don't know. But a man has a brain.
Yes, a man has a brain, and there are better uses for it than griping and feeling sorry for yourself. Look out there. Go on, Davis, Clark. Tell me what you see.
You know what? The moon.
You don't even know how to look. We're seeing the moon closer and plainer than anyone ever saw it. We're making a jump that's bigger than anything since the wheel and fire. That's why we volunteer. That's why we're here. I won't let anybody endanger the job the machines are doing. Is that clear?
Clear enough. But there's something you've forgotten.
I don't think so.
You forget that every one of these automatic machines has a button marked manual control. What are you doing, Clark?
I'm getting ready to take some pictures, Doc.
But...
Davis, will you handle the stereo cameras?
Sure thing.
But everything is automatic, radio-controlled from the Earth.
Notice where we are, Doc?
Well, the moon does look a little different. I'm afraid I'm not much of a navigator.
Any minute now, we'll be where radio waves from the Earth can't reach us. Behind the moon, Doc.
Seeing what we came nearly 250,000 miles to see, the dark side of the moon.
30 seconds. Radio contact ends in 30 seconds.
Ready, Clark? Davis?
All set, Captain.
Jack?
So they do need you after all, Davis.
Not now, Dr. Field. We'll be in the moon's shadow for an hour or less, and there's a lot to be done. Clark, start the motion picture cameras now. We were trained for this, Doctor. Just keep out of the way and let us do our job. You'll be seeing what nobody ever saw. Observe what you can.
Captain Morrison, for 5 days, I've been observing what I was trained to observe.
You're entering the moon's shadow. Good luck. Safe journey
And a safe return.
We're coming out of the moon's shadow.
Look fast, Doc. Who knows when you'll see another total eclipse of the Earth by the moon.
There it is. The first crescent.
Good old Earth. We're out. You can shut off the cameras.
Aye, aye, sir.
The radio, Clark. Thanks. Jacob's ladder to control. We've rounded the moon and we're coming home. That was official. Any special messages?
Just one, Captain.
Yippee! That goes for me, too.
I guess they heard that all right. Now, let's finish the job. Collect the films, and we feed them into the television transmitter.
What's the hurry, Captain?
Those are our instructions, Clark. You know that as well as I do.
Well, I only meant in 5 days, they'll have the films themselves.
Of course. But maybe it's just in case.
Sure. Just in case.
Optimistic bunch, aren't they? Well, let's get it done.
I was wondering...
Oh, not again, Dr. Fields.
You'd expect a message of, well, congratulations or something.
Jacob's ladder, control. This is Jacob's ladder reporting to control station. We're on the last leg of the orbit. Any instructions? Jacob's ladder calling Earth control. Calling Earth. Calling Earth. Is it the solar batteries, Clark?
Well, they're outside the hull. As far as I can check from inside, they're not losing power any faster than expected.
The electronic equipment?
Can't find anything wrong.
There must be some explanation, Clark.
Sure, Doc. I can think of half a dozen. We've been in space 5 days, bombarded by ultraviolet and cosmic rays. Who knows what that does to battery elements, to transistors, to the conductivity of metals. Maybe it was some kind of radioactivity from the moon. Or damage by microscopic meteors, or...
Never mind speculating. Can you fix it?
I can't find anything to fix, I tell you.
What's all the excitement about? So the radio's dead. So we don't know how the Dodgers made out. We coast for 5 days and then we're home, aren't we? Well? Aren't we?
While I was checking back there, I made some rough calculations. We're drifting off course.
But the automatic pilot?
It's radio control, Davis. Did you forget that?
Oh. Wait, there's something you forgot. The manual control button. You're the navigator, Clark. I'm the engineer. You give me the course corrections, and I'll handle the rocket burst.
With the baby computer on the ship, I can't make exact calculations.
Well, then you'll correct the corrections as we go along. You can do that, can't you?
Yeah. If you had an unlimited fuel supply.
Is there any more bad news that you're keeping secret? No? Well, then, let's get started.
Wait a minute. We can't receive the control station, but can they hear us?
I don't know, Captain. Maybe.
There's a chance.
Bare chance?
Clark, you start your calculations. In the meantime, Davis, feed the rest of the films into the television transmitter.
What for?
We were sent to do a job. Let's finish it.
No more fuel?
No more, Doc.
What happens now?
Do I have to draw you a picture?
I want to know, Clark.
Look at Davis and you'll know.
Answer me.
We're still 3 days out. We can't make any more course corrections. If we're lucky...
I know, but if not?
If we miss the Earth, the ship will keep going in space forever.
I can't just leave us hanging nowhere.
Take it easy, Davis.
What are we supposed to do? Just wait doing nothing?
Got any ideas?
Get out of my way, Clark.
Don't touch the radio.
I'll make them answer. Jacob's ladder to control. Jacob's ladder to control.
No use, Davis.
Jacob's ladder to control. For the love of God, answer us.
You're wasting your breath. The radio's dead.
How do you know, Clark?
What kind of question is that, Doc? I checked it, didn't I?
And you found nothing wrong. Maybe the trouble is not with our radio.
What are you driving at?
You know what I mean. Maybe they can't answer us.
Well, it's not possible. We were out of contact less than an hour.
How long does it take? Maybe in that hour the missiles were finally released. Maybe yesterday the bombs fell at last and every city on Earth was covered with the cloud of death. And those who remain have forgotten us.
For you rotten murderers.
Stop it, Davis.
They're leaving us here to die, Captain. They can't...
It wasn't necessary to hit him, Captain.
It was necessary to remind him that he's still alive.
For how long?
Nobody gave us any guarantees. We took the risk. What of it? There's a risk every time you cross the street. But we're not dead yet. And as long as we're alive, there's a chance. Maybe we'll go into orbit around the Earth. Maybe they'll find a way of reaching us.
Do you really believe that?
It doesn't matter. This ship will be run on that basis on regular schedule, and right now the schedule calls for food.
I'm not hungry, Captain.
So much the better. As of this minute, we're on half rations, in case there is a chance.
Wake up, Captain Morrison.
Huh?
Doc, wake up.
What's the matter?
Davis.
Yes.
Davis is a can of food.
What? One. Look at the cans he's eaten.
I'll kill him.
Yes.
Kill him.
No, this is wrong.
Hold on.
No, let him go, Morrison. He's unconscious. Morrison, Clark, help me get him away.
Stealing our food? Gorging himself like an animal.
How is he, Clark?
He's coming out of it.
Oh, good.
Doc. Dr. Fields.
How far we came to find out what we are.
You're no better than the rest of us.
I am no better. I beat him as you did. My fists are also wet with his blood.
And shut up.
Are you still afraid to understand?
I've had enough, Fields. Do you hear?
I will explain it to you.
I warn you. There's a limit to what a man can stand.
No, Morrison, there is no limit, and we are the proof. Man was born to walk on the earth, but it was not enough for him. He also wanted to swim beneath the waters and move through empty space. And he did.
You make it sound wrong.
Only because in doing it, he destroyed the earth and himself, for all we know.
Why were you picked for this? You never looked at the stars and hated the distances between you. You never loved the metal of the ship, the heat of the rocket flame that could bring you to the stars. Why did they send you?
Because ships do not go for their own sake. Because if men journey to observe the dark side of the moon...
Not only the moon, someday the stars.
It is still necessary to understand the observers as well. I also have a report to make, Captain Morrison.
What can you say when you never believed in this from the beginning? When you don't believe in what man is capable of?
I remember what Clark said the first day. From a plane, he first believed in geography. Where must we be and what must we do in order to believe in man?
Words again. It's too late for words.
It's too late for anything except words and understanding. We have reached where no man ever reached, and I see Davis with blood on his face, and I am ashamed for him and for us. If we followed the orbit of the stars and pulled the planets around by strings, and I saw the blood on his face, I would still be ashamed. I must make my report. Clark, the radio.
Doc.
They must know what a wonderful thing it is that man should learn to breathe in water and to fly in air and empty space. But it's not enough. No. He must also learn to walk like a man. They must understand it, don't you see? Everybody in the world must know it. Only who will tell them, Clark? Who will tell them?
This is written. He dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. A day is enough, an hour. There is time for the children of men when they will learn how to set their feet on the rungs of Jacob's ladder to reach the high places. For is it not also written, Thou hast made them but little lower than the angels? The time is now, and the words are said on Rosh Hashanah, the day of the new year. Then shall the just also see and be glad, and all wickedness shall be wholly consumed like smoke, when thou makest the dominion of arrogance to pass away from the earth. And in this season of the year, the anniversary of creation, let another prayer be spoken. In the book of life, may we be remembered and inscribed. He who maketh peace in his high places, may he make peace for us and for all men.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. And now we take great pleasure in presenting Dr. David de Sola Poole, Rabbi Emeritus of the historic Spanish and Portuguese Synagogue in New York City. Dr. Poole.
In the story to which we have just listened, there is suggested something of our fabulous progress in mastering the mechanics of living. We can now peer into the very constitution of the atom, and we are preparing to explore the infinity of stellar space. Yet, today's piling up of armaments born of such scientific research threatens the very destruction of human society tomorrow. Science, symbolized by man's flying to the moon and beyond, can mechanize life with almost incredible techniques, but it cannot give it a soul. Unless our progressive control of physical life is accompanied by a sensitizing of our spiritual life, man's future will be dark indeed. if we are to be saved from self-destruction by our newly discovered technology, the power of religion must be greater than that of nuclear fission. Life on Earth will retain its meaning, its beauty, its soul, and its very existence only in the measure that the work of statesmen and scientists will be illumined and controlled by the supreme moral and spiritual force of religion, with human efficiency wedded to the triumphant morality that is the essence of all religion. It is in this spirit the Jews the world over will throng tonight and the days following to their synagogues to celebrate their religious New Year by praying and resolving that in the coming year they will help make life on earth a heavenly experience of love, beauty, and peace. They will come forth from their synagogues with souls strengthened by a moral upsurge and a determination to help achieve a better life on earth. For they will have sacredly reaffirmed the unshakable faith of their prophets that life can and must be made ever better, that human nature can and must be ever more ennobled, that war shall be no more, and that all men shall be one in brotherhood and love of neighbor, with human life flowering into the kingdom of God on earth.
Thank you, Dr. Poole. Our Eternal Light drama today, The High Places, was written by Joseph Mindell and was presented in commemoration of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. Cantor David Putterman sang the liturgical introduction. Featured in the cast were Guy Rep, Leon Jenney, Ralph Camargo, Joseph Julian, and Roger de Coben. Your narrator was Norman Rose. This is Lionel Rico speaking. Our program is directed by George Voutsas. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation, and it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, To Begin Again, was written by Joseph Mindell and is presented in commemoration of Yom Kippur, the Jewish Day of Atonement.
Joshua. It's you, Samuel.
Wait, now what? I'll go home with you.
Come then, it's late.
Well, I'm coming. That is in just a minute.
Samuel, I worked 2 hours extra today. I'm tired and I'm
I've
hungry.
been listening to these people trying to find out what all the excitement is for.
Well, what difference does it make? It's no concern of yours or mine.
How do you know, Joshua?
Samuel, are you coming or not?
How can you know so surely what concerns you and what does not?
We have to be patient with him, Joshua. After all...
I know, Miriam, I know. He's your father, and he's too old to work, and after all, he lives with us. Have I ever complained?
No, but...
But today, just today, I'm too hungry to wait until he comes home from running around.
Here's your soup.
Yeah, he's running around like an old woman with a nose quivering for gossip. Ooh, boy, that's salty as seawater.
Well, what do you expect? I've been keeping it warm for 2 hours.
Miriam, I haven't been gambling or drinking. I've been working. The hay has to be taken in before it rains.
Well, at least if it were your own hay.
Should I let it rot because it's not mine?
Or if it were to feed your own herd.
I was paid extra for the extra time. Miriam, why are we quarreling?
Oh, I don't know, Joshua. Maybe the waiting. I'm uneasy.
Because I was an hour or two late?
Well, it's as if something horrible were hanging in the air.
Miriam, nothing happened. Nothing's going to happen. I had the chance to earn something extra. Should I have let it pass?
Oh, I'm being foolish, I know.
I don't want to be a hired worker all my life. I've been talking to Enoch. He also wants the same thing. Soon, maybe we'll be able to buy a herd together. Oh, a small one, but our own herd.
I don't know what the world is coming to. Just a plate of soup will be enough for me, Miriam. Oh, you've already eaten.
Well, how long should we wait while you dawdle there with the other old men?
Don't, Miriam, don't. You were right. I'm sorry, Samuel. We should have waited.
It doesn't matter. Joshua, Miriam, a thing like this hasn't happened since... I remember my grandfather told me once...
What are you talking about?
12 men, 2 Nobody knows how many. On horses, wild horses, some people say.
What about them?
They drove off an entire herd, 2,000 head of cattle.
Oh.
That's all you have to say, Joshua?
Samuel, thieves are not new in the world. What do you want me to say?
I thought for the poor man who lost everything he owns.
Well, I don't take pleasure in his misfortune. Well, of course, I'm sorry for him, still.
You're sorry for him, but...
Samuel, whoever has great possessions runs the risk of great losses.
Listen, Joshua.
Huh?
Joshua, wake up.
What?
Get up.
Miriam, what is it? Oh, it's too early to get up. It's the middle of the night.
Now, listen. Something is happening.
Well, you're right. What's wrong? Where are you all running to? What is it? Whose house? Yes.
What is it, Joshua? Tell me.
Well, they answered me without stopping, Miriam. I'm not sure. A house collapsed or was blown down.
Well, how? There's no wind.
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
You were gone so long.
What is it, Joshua?
I didn't know what to think.
What happened? A house, you said?
A house is filled with a man's sons and daughters come together. Brothers and sisters.
What man?
In 1 minute, the roof falls in, the walls collapse. Sons and daughters and their sons and daughters. A man's children. His grandchildren, all of them.
Answer me, Joshua. What man?
The same man whose cattle were stolen. The same old man who lost his possessions in the day and his children in the night. Who sits now in the dust of the street, homeless, childless. Why are you crying, Miriam?
Leave her be, Joshua. It is a terrible thing.
Are you crying for him? He does not ask for tears.
Well, he has not yet grasped all that has happened.
I tell you, he does not ask for her tears or your sympathy.
How can we know what he asks or what he needs? How can we understand?
I will never understand it.
Tomorrow we will speak to him.
I spoke to him just now, Samuel. I put out my hand and I called his name. Job. He did not answer. Job, I said. Take my hand and come. Then he spoke. But not to me.
No more, Joshua. The pain is too fresh.
Job spoke now, and his pain is greater. He did not speak to me, but I heard his words. Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Miriam.
He should have been home long ago.
Miriam, you've wiped the same plate 4 times. It's clean.
He can't be working so late. It's almost dark.
Now, stop it, Miriam. He's not a child.
I would know how to soothe a child that was frightened.
Is that what you think? Is Joshua frightened?
I don't know. Afraid or angry or lonely. I don't know. I awoke early this morning before the sun and got up quietly. But Joshua was already awake, lying on his back, his eyes open. I think he did not close them all night. Why doesn't he come home?
You can't soothe him like a child.
Where is he? I want him home.
All right, Miriam. I'll bring Joshua home.
You know where he is?
I think I know where to find him.
Don't turn your eyes away, Samuel. Look at him. Look at Job in the dust.
Oh, the sores. The running sores. Oh, the poor man.
Is this the shape of a man? So twisted with sickness and pain that his friends saw him and did not know him? No, don't turn away, Samuel.
This does no one any good, Joshua. Come.
Why are you here if you will not look?
It's very late.
And Miriam is worried. Job's wife is also concerned for her husband. She is with him on the ground.
You're talking wildly, Joshua.
No. But she spoke just now before you came. Job, she said. Job, do you still hold fast to your integrity? Her lips were stiff with fear and pity and the residue of tears. You could hardly hear the words. Job, my husband. Blaspheme God and die. He would not speak, Samuel. He would not die.
Let the day perish. Joshua, for Miriam's
Be still. Be still, it's Job.
Let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night wherein it was hid. A man-child is brought forth. Let that day be darkness. Let darkness and the shadow of death claim it for their own.
He is cursed, but he does not blaspheme. He continues to live.
Joshua.
Let go of me, let go. I don't want to see any more. He will not die. He refuses to die.
Joshua!
It's me, Enoch.
Yes, Enoch.
Is Joshua sick? It's 2 days now that he hasn't come to work.
Come in, Enoch.
What's wrong, Miriam?
Joshua left the house this morning, as usual.
Then what could have happened? I don't mean to alarm you, only where could he be?
He's here. He returned an hour ago.
Are you hiding something? Why don't you talk? You're very strange, Miriam.
I'm strange.
Tell me. Joshua's my friend. I want to know.
Joshua is my husband. I also want to know. I want to know why he stands in a dusty street staring at a man suffering, hearing words of anguish under the hot sun.
Where is he? I'll talk to him.
Oh, it's no use, Enoch.
Joshua.
What do you want?
That's a fine greeting.
If you're offended, I'm sorry.
You're not? But I'm not offended. You've been working too hard. We all have. You're overtired.
Then let me rest.
Sitting up? Oh, come, Joshua, lie down so you'll be ready to work tomorrow. You are coming to work. They're counting on you to help get in the hay.
Are they? How can they count on me?
After all, Joshua...
Never mind. It was not a question to be answered.
I'm trying to be patient, but I must tell you, I don't like the way you're talking.
I didn't ask you to come here, Enoch.
I'm not a stranger asking questions. We're friends. We have plans. Don't you remember? If you don't work, if you don't earn money, then when will we be able to buy our own herd? You see, I am also depending on you.
Then you are a fool.
You're not well, Joshua. I'll talk to you when you get over this sickness.
There is no remedy for this sickness. Don't you see, Enoch? There is no cure for understanding.
I understand how you feel, Joshua. I, too, keep thinking of Job, stricken and suffering. Yes, I understand. Even when you try to sleep, you...
Sleep? He sat there all night.
Let me talk to him, Miriam. Listen to me, Joshua.
He won't listen. He doesn't even know you're here.
Please, Miriam. Joshua, if you were my son, I would say the same thing. We can grieve with Job, console with him if it's possible. Now, what more can we do?
What did Job do?
You must listen to me, Joshua.
Answer me, Samuel. What did Job do that this should come to him?
How can I tell you? A man lives and things happen.
Of what sins is he guilty? What crimes did he commit?
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to know.
I know. I listened there in the ruins of his house. I know, and I will tell you what he did. When a man was hungry, Job gave him food. If a child was fatherless, Job cared for him. If a stranger was wronged, Job brought him justice.
There may be other things you do not know, that he himself does not remember, having done them unwittingly.
Samuel, you are like Job's friends who sat down with him and covered their heads with ashes and consoled him.
And he returned anger for their pity.
There were no sores under their sackcloths, no pain in their bones, no suffering in their hearts. There was no understanding, and there was no consolation.
Because in his arrogance he would not listen to men and complained against God. I was there, I heard it.
Were you there? Did you hear him? Did you hear his words, Samuel? Behold, he said. Behold, I cry out violence, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no justice. Oh, Samuel, if he complains, he has sufficient reason.
What reason have you? Oh, I didn't mean to raise my voice. I'm trying to help you.
There is no help.
I know how you feel. You must believe me. But you're so greatly concerned.
I see pain, injustice. I am greatly concerned.
And yet, not an easy thing to say, yet the pain is Job's. If there is an injustice, it was done him. I can understand compassion, pity, but you...
Oh, Samuel, don't stare at me.
It almost seems that you are also complaining.
I feel what Job feels.
And you're angry.
For the pain and injustice that Job suffers.
No, not for Job. Oh, not for him alone. You're angry for yourself.
Oh, don't tell me what I feel.
Why are you angry?
But there's no use talking to you, Samuel. Your mind is feeble with age, like your back.
I don't want to quarrel with you, Joshua. You're my daughter's husband. I'm thinking of you and of her. Do I have to remind you, Joshua? You have work to do, a household to maintain. You have plans and responsibilities.
So did Job.
He did what he had to do all his life.
For what purpose? To earn what he has now?
I am not talking about Job.
Neither am I. What difference does it make if I work or not? If I do justly or not? The end is the same.
Joshua, I have lived longer than you, and
you still don't understand, Samuel. You saw what happened to Job, and the meaning is still not clear to you.
You are not Job.
You're afraid to understand. You're afraid to see that any day, any second of any day, violence can fall on a man's life and put an end to plans, to hopes. Then why should I work for tomorrow? Why? Why should I take the responsibilities forced on me?
Forced on you? What do you mean?
Oh, he knows what I mean. Why should I carry the burden of his old age?
Joshua! He spoke without thinking. Wait! He doesn't mean it! Oh, Joshua! What have you done? Have you seen him? An old man who walks slowly.
An old man? Yes.
Where? Tell me where.
I saw many old men. They're all there, looking at Job and growing older and older.
Yes, Miriam, I was with the others.
And you saw him? You saw my father?
Not there. I saw him earlier.
Where is he?
I don't know. He was walking. You know how he walks slowly in that direction, out of the city.
No one is there, Miriam.
I know. I want the door open if he comes back.
No tears, Miriam? Now is the time to cry.
He's alone. He has no one.
Then cry for him. Cry for all the old men and the young men.
And you, Joshua? What about you?
I have no tears. I'm too angry for tears.
No, Joshua.
What?
You're not angry.
Oh, you came back. Praise God you came back.
Where else could I go?
Oh, you must be tired and hungry. Where have you been so long?
In that same place where the old men gather and the young men. But no one was there. Only Job alone under the moon.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You're home.
I am not Job. My skin shrivels with pity and horror when I look at him. I am not Job, and yet it also happened to me. In 1 minute, I was also alone in the night. Why? For what reason?
Oh, no more. You're not alone now.
I worked hard all my life, didn't I, Miriam? You remember, as a child, I was a good father, wasn't I?
Oh, don't. Please.
A good father, a good husband, a good friend. I tried to be honest. I didn't lie or cheat. I didn't slander or steal. Then why? What's the sense of it all?
Now you're beginning to understand.
Yes. But you don't understand. You still think you're angry.
As you should be, too.
I saw Job in the moonlight, listening. There was not a sound, but he was listening. And for the space between two breaths, I thought I heard what he heard. Joshua, you don't have to be afraid.
I'm not afraid. Why shouldn't I be? In a world where pain comes without reason.
Is that what you want? To live without pain? It's an easy thing. Love no one because love may bring pain. Trust no one and no one will betray you. Engage with no person and you will never be dealt with unjustly. make no judgments, you will not run the risk of being wrong. It's not hard, Joshua. But neither is it living as a man. Is that what you want?
I want to live today in expectation of tomorrow. I want to taste the fruit of my work without fear that it will be snatched from me.
Who guarantees you the future? Who promised you rewards for doing this or shunning that? You take me in hope of recompense and turn me out when you're disappointed?
No. No, Samuel. I saw how Job was tried and tested, and I was afraid.
You are not Job. You don't have to be afraid, Joshua. Each is tested according to his strength.
Without cause, without reason.
By God's mercy and God's justice and his reasons. Joshua, you cannot understand entirely the actions of other men. Do you hope to understand all of God's doings?
Samuel.
I came back to tell you this. How Job listened to a voice I could not hear. Then he lifted his head and he spoke. Who is this that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I uttered that which I understood not. Things too wonderful for me which I knew not. Wherefore I abhor my words and repent, seeing I am dust and ashes.
Dust and ashes to be blown by the wind.
No, Joshua. Now listen. Job rose up from the dust of the street, tall and straight. A man. No possessions, no promises. A man unafraid, with a life to live. Waiting for tomorrow to begin again.
These are the words spoke on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement.
What shall we say before thee, O thou who dwellest on high? Dost thou not know all things, both the hidden and the revealed? Thou searchest the innermost recesses, and tries the reins and the heart. Naught is concealed from thee, or hidden from thine eyes. May it then be thy will, O Lord our God, and God of our fathers, to pardon and forgive. Remember us unto life, O Lord, who delightest in life.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. And now we take great pleasure in presenting Dr. Judah Nadish, spiritual leader of the Park Avenue Synagogue in New York City. Dr. Nadish.
This beautiful religious drama, to which we have been listening, based as it is on the ancient book of Job, reminds us that the theme of that biblical book is one of recurrent interest in every generation. For it gives voice to the frightening questions that men ask in every age. Why do the righteous suffer, and the wicked seem to go free? How, therefore, can there be any justice undergirding the universe? And if there be no justice, there certainly can be no God. And without God, life itself loses meaning. Then it is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Then man becomes distraught, as was our Joshua in the play, with anxiety and fear. Without faith, without hope, man can neither plan nor work for the morrow. But Job's answer is that God is, that life does have significance and purpose. To be sure, questions force themselves to our lips, questions that cannot be answered. Man's finite mind cannot grasp the infinity of God's doing, much of living and dying will for all time remain a mystery. But in the meantime, there is light enough to live by, enough to give us the hope and the courage needed to perform the task to which we are summoned, the task we are called upon to do. And on the most sacred day of the Jewish religious year, on Yom Kippur, 3 days hence, we Jews shall reaffirm that faith, each one of us, as he stands before God, casting off through atonement and repentance the guilt that estranges man from God and his fellow man, feeling free and reborn, unafraid, with a life to live, waiting for tomorrow to begin again.
Thank you, Dr. Nadish. Our Eternal Light drama today, To Begin Again, was written by Joseph Mindell and was presented in commemoration of Yom Kippur, the Jewish Day of Atonement. Cantor David Putterman sang the liturgical introduction. Featured in the cast were Charles Wilson, Bob Hastings, Diana Barth, Maurice Tarpland, and Guy Rep. Your narrator was Norman Rose. This is Lino Rico speaking. Our program was directed by Parker Gibbs. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network.